are lots of things I like about Spain, but the thing I like best is fiesta. Everybody sings and dances all day long. The gypsy girls wear bright-colored dresses covered with ruffles, and they do a special dance called flamenco. You can pretend you're a gypsy girl at the fiesta. Just listen to the song and do what it says. Tap your heels on the floor, turn around and tap your heels some more. Snap your fingers to the castanets. Flamenco is a dance you will never forget. Fiesta! Wave your skirt and make those ruffles swing side to side while guitars sing fiesta. Fiesta! It's no time to take a quiet siesta. Stamp your feet on the ground, raise your arms and twirl around. Clap your hands to the castanets. Flamenco is a dance you will never forget. Fiesta! Wave your skirt and make those ruffles swing side to side while guitars sing fiesta. Fiesta! It's no time to take a quiet siesta. Fiesta! Wave your skirt and make those ruffles swing side to side while guitars sing fiesta. Fiesta! It's no time to take a quiet siesta. Fiesta! Olé! When I visited Carlotta, there was a big fiesta in her town, and her mom asked me if I'd like to see it. Sure, I said, it'll be fun. Then you must get ready now, said Carlotta's mom. The parade will pass by our house very soon. But first, said Carlotta, we must find you a dress to wear. So Carlotta and her mom looked in the closet and found the most beautiful blue dress. It had yellow polka dots and orange ruffles, and it fit me perfectly. Now you look like a real Spanish dancer, said Carlotta. Not quite, said her mom. You still need a flower for your hair. So do I, said Carlotta, and the parade will be passing by any minute. Then you must run down to the flower cellar, said Carlotta's mom. But be back soon. We will, said Carlotta and I together. And then we ran out of the house and around the block to the flower cellars. There was only one problem. The streets were so crowded with people, I lost track of Carlotta. Oh no, I said. I hope she doesn't go off without me. So I called Carlotta's name, but she didn't answer. Then I tried to find my way back to her house, but I couldn't see it anywhere. Oh no, I said. I think I'm lost. And then all of a sudden, the parade started. There were bands playing music and lots of dancers dressed like me. Then someone tapped me on the shoulder and said, "What's the matter, little girl? You look lost." I turned around and picture this. It was a gypsy lady. "I am lost," I said. "Do you know where Carlotta's house is?" "No," said the gypsy lady, "but you might ask that policeman over there." And so I did, but he didn't know where Carlotta's house was either. "Golly gee," I said, "I should have stayed home and watched the parade from there." "Well," said the policeman, "if the parade will pass by Carlotta's house, why don't you join it?" "Great idea," I said, "but who should I march with?" "How about those dancers?" said the policeman. "The way you're dressed, you'd fit right in." Well, I might have looked like a Spanish dancer, but I wasn't really. Those dancers in the parade were good, but I decided to give it a try anyway. "Can I dance with you?" I asked the leader of the dancers. "Of course," said the dancer. "Come on." And so I did. And guess what? I had the greatest time. I practiced my flamenco steps, and then somebody gave me a pair of castanets. "Olé," I said, and I danced some more. I had so much fun, I forgot I was lost. But then all of a sudden, I heard someone calling my name. "That sounds like Carlotta," I said. And sure enough, when I looked up, where do you think I was? You guessed it. I was right in front of Carlotta's house. And Carlotta was standing on her balcony waving at me. There she is, cried Carlotta's mom. There's Cricketita. Then I thanked the Spanish dancers for letting me march with them, and I left the parade. When I got to Carlotta's balcony, her mom said, "Oh, Cricketita, we were so worried about you." And Carlotta said, "Cricket, I didn't know you were such a good flamenco dancer." And I was so glad to be home, I just clicked my castanets and said, "Olé!" Now that we've been in Spain a while, let's see how much you know about it. I'll say something and then I'll ask you if it's right or wrong. See if you can tell me. On hot afternoons, most everyone in Spain takes a nap. Is that right or wrong? That one's right. In Spain, an afternoon nap is called a siesta. Now tell me if this one's right or wrong. Mayonnaise first came from Spain. Do you think that's right or wrong? What I said was right. Mayonnaise was first made on a Spanish island. Now listen and tell me if you think this one's right or wrong. In Spain, people do a dance called the flamenco. Is that right or wrong? That's a tricky one. It's wrong. In Spain, they do a dance called the flamenco. A flamingo is a big pink bird. I bet you I didn't fool you. Now here's a fun way to learn how to count in Spanish. Just listen to this song and say the Spanish words when I tell you to. We say one, in Spanish it's uno. We say two, in Spanish it's dos. We say three, in Spanish it's tres. Uno, dos, tres. Now you say it with me. Uno, dos, tres. Now let's learn 4, 5, and 6. We say 4, in Spanish it's cuatro. We say 5, in Spanish it's cinco. We say 6, in Spanish it's seis. Cuatro, cinco, seis. Now you say it with me. Cuatro, cinco, seis. Now let's learn 7, 8, and 9. We say 7, in Spanish it's siete. We say 8, in Spanish it's ocho. We say 9, in Spanish it's nueve. Siete, ocho, nueve. Now let's say it together. Siete, ocho, nueve. Carlotta and I played lots of fun games. We even made up a Spanish version of Simon Says. It's called Juan Says, and you can play it too. When Juan says to wave su mano, you wave your hand, 'cause su mano means your hand. When Juan says to hop on sus pies, you hop on both feet, 'cause sus pies means your feet. And when Juan says to rub su estomago, you rub your stomach, 'cause su estomago means your stomach. But remember, if Juan doesn't say to do something, don't you do it. Ready? Here we go. Juan says wave su mano. Juan says hop on sus pies. Juan says rub su estomago. Wave su mano. Juan didn't say to wave su mano. Remember, don't do it if Juan doesn't say to. Okay, let's go again. Juan says wave su mano. Juan says hop on sus pies. Juan says rub su estomago. Juan says hop on sus pies. Rub su estomago. Uh-oh, Juan didn't say to. Only do it if Juan says. Juan says rub su estomago. Juan says, wave su mano. Hop on sus pies. No hopping, 'cause Juan didn't say to. Now, Juan says, hop on sus pies. Juan says, rub su estómago. Juan says, hop on sus pies. Juan says, hop on sus pies. And rub su estómago. Juan says, hop on sus pies. Rub su estómago. And wave su mano. Gee, are you tremendo or what? That means you're the best. A long, long time ago, Spanish knights called caballeros lived in castles. There's a castle near Carlotta's house, and one day she took me to see it. And on the way back home, I had an imaginary adventure about a caballero and a princess. Would you like to hear it? Bueno, here goes. In my adventure, I was riding around on my little pony Sancho. Then all of a sudden, I heard somebody riding up behind me. I wonder who that could be, I said to Sancho. And then picture this. A knight in shining armor rode up on a beautiful white horse. Hola, Princess Dulcinea, said the knight. I am a brave caballero, and I have come to rescue you. But I'm not in any trouble, I said. And besides, my name isn't Dulcinea, and I'm not a princess. Are you sure, said the knight. Well, I said, sometimes my dad does call me his little princess. I knew it, said the knight, and now for the rescue. Then the knight looked, and then he said, but where are the robbers? I told you, Mr. Caballero, I said, I'm not in any trouble. Then I am ruined, said the knight, and he took off his helmet, and guess what? He wasn't a grown-up knight after all. He was just a boy. I can't keep calling you Mr. Caballero, I said. What is your name? Someday, said the boy, my name will be Don Ricardo. But right now, you can call me Ricky. Well, listen, Ricky, I said. What's so important about saving a princess? Don't you know, said Ricky. That's the only way a boy can become a knight. Well, hey, I said, why don't I pretend to be a princess? Then you can pretend to rescue me. We have to do more than pretend, said Ricky. Well, I said, how about if I climb to the top of that windmill over there, and then you come and get me down? It's worth a try, said Ricky. So Ricky and I rode over to the windmill, and then I got off Sancho and went inside, and climbed all the way up the stairs to the room at the top. I looked out a little window and said, okay, Ricky, you can start the rescue now. But you must say, help me, said Ricky. Okay, I said. Help me, somebody please help me. Then Ricky rode off a little ways and charged the windmill as fast as he could. Well, of course, that old windmill was a lot stronger than Ricky, and pretty soon he was sitting on the ground with a bump on his head. What do you think you're doing? I said. But Ricky just moaned. I'll never be a knight now. Wait a minute, I said. I've got another idea. Why don't you just climb up the windmill and then carry me back down? It might work, said Ricky. So he picked himself up, and picture this. He started climbing up on the outside of the windmill. No, I cried, not the outside. But then all of a sudden, a big wind came along and started the windmill moving. Help me, said Ricky. I'm going to fall. No, you're not, I said. Hold on, I'll save you. Then I ran down the stairs and back outside. I jumped onto Sancho and said, now, Ricky, as soon as the wind stops, you let go. I'll catch you. Well, pretty soon, the wind did stop, and so did the windmill. Ricky let go and jumped and landed on Sancho, right behind me. We did it, I cried. But Ricky said, you mean you did it. You rescued me. But just then, a beautiful princess came riding by. Hola, she said, do you happen to know of any knights nearby? Why, I said, Because, said the beautiful princess, my daddy, the king, has been locked in his castle by a dreadful dragon, and I need a knight to rescue him. Vaya, cried Ricky. I am a brave caballero. Let us ride to the rescue. Adios, Ricky, I cried. Adios, princess. Princess what? And the princess turned and waved and said, Dulcinea, my name is Princess Dulcinea. Adios. Oh, Sancho, I said when they were gone, this rescuing business has made me dizzy. Let's go home. Nay, said Sancho, and so we did. Golly, I sure have had a great time visiting Spain with you, but it's time to go now. So adios and hasta mañana. That means I'll see you soon, and I'll be talking to ya.